exciting! All right. Sweet. There we go. We are live. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the next episode of Kingmaker Legacies. Back for more. I apologize that our schedule may have been a little intermittent, but I have real-life crap happening, and it makes me want to shake kittens. So we've all been ill and sick and kind of varying degrees of dying, but we're all back and ready to rock this bitch out, I think, tonight. So where were we last?
Okay. So last time we played, the adventuring party made its way into the mountain pass, found the sort of hidden side passageway that you were told about. Began traveling down it for a few days. Seeing a few small animals along the way, murdering a small animal along the way. And then eventually arriving to a sort of fork area where you were ambushed by some goblins. Then I found in that area an entrance to a cave system. And then entering the cave system, immediately found more goblins and proceeded to fight your way through sort of the first layer of the cavern, or of the cave system, and find yourself at a hole that goes with a rope ladder leading down, and so you guys climb down. That is sort of where we left off. So you guys are on sort of the second level of this cave.
Excellent.
Right, because we found the poop room.
Right.
Found the poop room last time.
Also an empty cage.
Yep, and an empty cage. It looked like it had been used recently. Like somebody had been kept in there recently.
Was this the room with the bats? Was there a room with bats?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I don't remember there being a room with bats.
Maybe I'm thinking of the poop room.
Maybe. But you guys are currently on like entrance. So,
Yep.
let's see here. Let's see. Feel sort of what you guys can see. Go. So you can see that the cave definitely leads further inwards.
All right.
Some of you have dark vision. I believe there is a light source currently. I believe light was casted on a stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and we dropped it down here
Yep.
before we climbed down.
So there's a light source. So those of you with regular vision can see sort of 20 feet shadowy. Low light vision can see up here, and those with dark vision can see the edge of this.
Well measured.
So there is like I said, there's a cavern. It goes forwards from where you are. There is a slight slope to it. It does slant downwards a little bit. Nothing to prove any sort of difficult terrain or anything like that. It just kind of slopes down.
Can we hear any kind of activity down here? I know we weren't exactly quiet upstairs.
Perception roll. Okay. You're pretty sure that you hear the sounds of like echoing movement from further down. But nothing that you can see yet.
Echoing movement.
Yep. So you basically can hear movement coming
There are
from down
definitely
there.
things down here. They might be
okay.
running further
It's
into
like,
the cave
but
or
it's like
something like that.
echoing through the cave up to you. So
Okay.
you know there's movement, you just can't sort of, because it's echoing up this way, you can't pinpoint exactly where it is.
Okay.
All right. Well, who wants to go down first then?
I will.
Sounds good. Rowan, why don't you take this this rock so you can see? You can toss it ahead of us if you want, or just hang on to it, whatever's easy.
helps me see too.
All right. Well, I guess I will pull up the rear. We can let everyone with the dark vision who can see down here take up a bit more of a lead, maybe.
Let's go, Tani. Let's go.
I will follow
Alright,
you
I don't
two.
even know.
I don't
even
think
know
I
how
have.
far.
I don't have dark vision.
That's
Oh,
fine.
let's just-
You're
let's just
stronger
go.
Sure
than me.
do.
I do? Oh,
Yep.
right. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, beach.
Okay. So you guys begin creeping your way along. Look, we'll follow behind. Probably stay slightly in
Mhm.
front. Alright, so you guys begin creeping forward. Let's see. Emrys is in the lead. And the tunnel does slope, so Emrys, when you get to here, we'll move the rest of the party up with you guys. Alright, Emrys, make a perception. Kind of come around that little bend there.
Oh, cool.
Hold on.
He's got to add the baddies. Yep.
Yep. I gotta get to the right layer.
Bye.
Alright. So, you see ahead of you, they are trying to hide, although they're not doing a very good job of it. More goblins. These ones appear to be more heavily armored than the ones you faced before.
Okay.
Like carrying shields. Looks like they have actual metal armor, not just like strips of leather or cloth that they're using to cover themselves.
Okay.
But yeah, they definitely see you approach, but haven't attacked yet.
And only I can see them, right?
Only you. You're the only one that has seen them so far.
Okay. How am I gonna signal these people? Gee, I wonder if there's people behind those rocks. Do you guys think there's people behind those rocks?
I don't know how
there's no-
many people are behind those rocks.
I don't know. I'm going to guess maybe 3.
So, when you begin talking, one goblin who happens to have a heavy crossbow peeks around the corner, slowly lines up his shot, and then fires.
Bring it, beach!
What is your armor class? Is what, 16?
18, beach!
He will hit.
What? Oh, that beach gonna die.
For a whole 3 points of piercing damage. The bolt, like he said, he took his time. You watched him take his time to line up the shot.
Maybe Rowan should
just
do
the
that.
gap of your armor.
Oh, I'm on fire tonight. I'm ready to fight some bitches. I'm saying.
All right. So with that, we are gonna move to rolling initiatives.
I want to go first.
You can
That's
hold.
the opposite of what I want.
What holding your actions for? All right. Let's see what we got here. Rowan's got a 7.
Don't you have a crossbow or something?
No.
It's 15.
You should get a crossbow.
Do I
Oh,
look
should-
like someone who participates in violence very often?
It's always nice to have a weapon.
A knife?
You have a knife.
Mm-hmm.
I'm strong. I have a knife.
The range on that is so
Oh.
much.
All right. Felix ready to get into combat apparently with things he can't see yet.
Yeah.
Honey got 10. With 12. Rasp. Alright. So, Raspin, you watch as Emrys kind of backs up a little bit, and you see a bolt protruding from her, just underneath, like, her shoulder blade, or just underneath her shoulder. Not shoulder, arm, her left arm. Just piercing just between the breastplate and her.
So we're gonna step up and give my friend Emrys a bit of luck,
Uh-huh.
and then step back around the corner.
Nope. Well, you can step up and give a bit of
I
luck.
can't do that. I'm not used to that.
Correct.
All right,
That is
that's
5th
fine.
edition.
We're here. We're still around the corner a little bit.
Yep. She's in the way. You got a little bit of cover.
She's not gonna be in the way for long.
Alright. Willick. Yeah. Oh yeah, Willick has that. Let's see. Scott is the light source. Hey, shadowy, but something. Willick will move to.
Oh, it is a kitty.
Kitty was not happy.
Yeah, Willick will move to here, and as Willick walks, he bends over and picks up a big rock.
Oh god.
And then when he gets there, just lobs it at the goblin. Let's see. So it is a 10-foot range.
And Goblin is now pancake.
It's gonna
Well,
hit.
we'll see.
So it's this roll -2. He's in a range one range increment out. Also minus another 2. Well, no.
They have armor. It's gonna take.
Jesus, it does not matter. So the
Oh,
goblin
sweet.
that popped out to shoot Emrys is still kind of like watching and not moving, and he watches Willick pick up the rock, and Willick just goes, hits the goblin square in the face. All right. It's now the goblin's turn. All right. So, you can all make perception rolls. I guess that doesn't really matter. He's not gonna understand what's going on anyway. So Tahani, Rowan, and Emrys. Over the sounds of combat, which is just clang of rock being thrown in the guy's face, you hear chanting around the corner.
Oh my god.
Chanting?
Yep, you hear
Ish,
some
Nuala.
chanting from this direction.
Down Audrey.
All right. They're gonna move there and take attacks on Willick, who is still not wearing armor for some awful reason. All right. That one will hit. That one will miss. Willick, take 3 points of damage. All right. Let's see. Those two goblins. That's that one. So it's just crossbow guy. So he will reload. Fire. Again at Emrys. For another 2 points of damage.
What the F?
I mean, you have a nice 18 armor class, but a 19 still hits that. So, because that's how math works.
I think you're doing this on purpose. Rude.
Okay. Emrys.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Going to hit that guy
Okay.
right next to me.
Yep. Well, you definitely hit. Squish. Right here. Crunch. Okay. That will bring us to Rowan.
I can't see this gentleman here, can I? He's kind of around the
He's
cover.
around the corner. Yep, around the corner.
And what about this one?
You can see him. He just has cover, but you can see him. So he just gets an extra +2 to his armor class, like straight attack.
Oh, that's never good. Well, how far can I throw a rock?
10 feet. Is the ranging grid throwing a rock.
And is that a free action?
No.
Well,
You could.
let's see. That is a threatened square. That is awkward. All right. I'm going to move up to saddle up here beside Willock. And then I will try to take a better shot down at this little individual here.
Okay. Still has his cover, but
I
he's a little bit
know.
easier to see now.
Plus, I'm closer
No,
to Willock for some light, which was my other
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah,
I also,
shadows.
I will drop the rock, is what I will do.
Okay.
All right. And I will make my attack. And I will miss.
Yep.
Because life
Bounces
hates
off the rock wall.
Rowan making attacks.
Right. That was Rowan. Tahani.
I would like to go up to the goblin next to Willock
Okay.
and smack it.
Okay. So to move there, you have to move through threatened squares.
I
So
do?
We'll take it. Yep. Because you have to. So you were here. You have to move through this square or this square, which he threatens both. So you can, however, try to make an acrobatics check so that he does not get an opportunity on it.
Sure, let's do that.
Perfect. You run and like jump and sort of vault yourself using Willick's shoulder as a means to do so, and over the range of the goblin's melee attack, so that he can attack. Land, and now you can make your attack
Smackety smack, smack, smack.
and miss. Just a little off balance from your landing is all. But we're now in the thick of it.
But it looked awesome.
It did. It did. All right, Raspin.
I'm gonna hold my action until that goblin is gone.
Okay. You're gonna hold. Got it.
I thought you hate goblins.
So
Oh, it's
all I
just
have is a
giants,
knife.
just Giants. All right, Willix go.
Yeah, giants, then goblins,
giant.
then ravens.
Ravens?
Yeah.
Willix.
Those birds are just some no good.
And unfortunately, Willix's hammer bounces off the goblin's shield. So that's Willick. That makes it the goblin's turn. Alright. Let's see. So that goblin will take a swing at Willick again. Oop. This goblin here. Fire at. He's got. You're against the wall. So he'll fire at Tahani.
Of course he will.
What's your armor class?
My armor class
believe it is 14.
is
Nope, that is not good. Also, he is in melee combat with his friend. So now we have to roll and see if he hits his friend's armor class because I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh. Friendly fire.
Nope, luckily he doesn't.
Aw.
Yep, but shot goes really, really wide. All right, this guy's here. A measure 5. Perfect. Tahani, Willick, and Emrys will have to make reflex saves.
Oh, goodness.
The goblin says some words in goblin and points his hands out like this. My camera there. A bunch of gout of flames flies out of his fingertips. Oh, they're pretty good reflex saves.
I was like, oh, just.
Oh, I guess I should roll Willick's. This one. Well, goddamn. That sucks. Alright.
This is why I don't wear armor.
Yep. All of you take 3 points of fire damage because you take half damage. Take the full 6. 3 points of fire damage. And that is the goblins go. So that's gonna bring us to Emrys.
Well, I still have this guy's. Oh, Boltax. Oh, I had a little bit of luck. Can I roll it again?
You can.
I'm going to.
Okay. At least I think you still have it. It doesn't. How long does it last? A bit of luck. It doesn't last for a round, right?
I don't remember.
That's why we have your character sheet. Additional.
For the next round.
Oh nope. So it is gone.
Oh,
Not
I did
have
not
the
know
luck
that. I thought
anymore.
I could save it.
Nope. You have to use it that round. But you hit that round. You had it, so it doesn't really matter. But unfortunately, you miss. So. Owen.
All right. I will take a shot at that cast a goblin. Did we
Well,
find purchase?
You did. So the goblin
Yes.
takes 5 points of damage.
Yes, he will.
Sinks into his chest. And he looks down at it. Yes, that's what happens when I step up behind the wall. All right, Tahani.
If I attack the caster, will I take an attack of opportunity?
No, 'cause you can take a 5-foot step and be okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. so
Then
you're
I
fine.
will attack the caster.
Okay.
Wait, this one?
Yeah, flurry of blows.
Okay. Well, the first one missed, but the second one definitely hit for another 9 points of damage, which will be enough to take down.
Yay!
Clock him right in the side of the head as he's kind of staring at the arrow in his chest, like, maybe this wasn't a good idea. All right. Back to the top with. Oh wait, Rasp, you held your action. Did you want to do anything this round?
I'll step over here
Okay.
and then hold my action again.
Okay. I'm gonna do this then. We're gonna put you at the bottom of the initiative order.
Yup.
Perfect. All right. That means Willick will go first and take a swing at the goblin that you guys keep missing. There we go. All right. So Willick puts his hammer in that goblin's face, and it crumples to the floor. All right. Yep. Just like slams the goblin's head off the wall with his. And that will bring us to the lone goblin that is left. So he will take a shot at Tahani.
That's the. I thought there were 4 goblins.
There were.
There were.
Emrys
Oh.
killed one at the very beginning. She squished it real quick.
Oh, okay.
Your armor class is a 14.
14.
Okay. You take 4 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Bolt finds purchase on you. Then he moves this way and begins screaming in Goblin. This weird little like high-pitched jerry noise. And that will bring us to Emrys.
Come here, my pretty. I don't even know how far I went.
From here to here, that's 25. So you can actually.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Actually, hold
Okay.
on. Wait, hold on. 5 and 25, 30. You could get to here if you would like. That's 40. Okay, no, you're double moving. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, cool. I get what you're doing. You're hiding behind the pillar. Got it.
Yeah. Sure.
Rowan.
That's totally what I'm doing.
Yep. Nope. Yep. Got it.
Well, isn't this special? All right. 1,
Hold on, Willick's thing. Or that.
3, 4, 5. Do I bet a line of sight on that goblin from
That
here? Here?
Nope. That one. Yep.
All right. Then let's move there, and then I'll
Yep.
try to take a shot
That
and
one he
shoot.
will not have any sort of cover against.
And I will try to shoot him down.
Okay. Well, that definitely hits.
That's like the highest roll you do.
Hits, just not enough to take it.
Get over here!
Emrys is now close enough to see that the cavern kind of curves around.
What about behind us?
Cavern goes this way. Oh, I guess I can go some.
All right.
Yep, there. Alright. So, that makes it Tahani.
I am going to keep up with the group, but I'm not going to attack.
So here?
So maybe like the square where the 4 is, yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Alright. Raspin.
We'll go stand here. I'm just gonna double check that I can measure good. Alright. We're gonna channel positive energy that just does not reach that friend. This
Got
is
it.
my last channel positive energy for the day.
Everybody heals 2.
Woo!
Okay. So. That is going to make it Willick's turn.
What would Willick like to do?
Yep. Willick, you're just in time. So you've been, you guys went down to the second level and started fighting some more goblins here. You have him down to 1, and he's currently fleeing and appears to be screaming at the top of his lungs. Right here. You know he's here.
He's muted right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's ready.
In that case, I will do what I'm pretty sure Willick will do, which is just going to move as much as he can. 15, 20. Oh, it's okay. 25, 30. And that is going to be where Willick is going to stop, because after that is actually dark, because the light sources,
Need to be able to see a bunch of things.
Yep. Okay. That is going to make it the goblins go. So he's gonna turn and fire a shot back at Rowan.
All right.
You're just like the clean line of sight to see is all. What's your armor class? Rowan?
15.
That was.
Oh my god.
Runs like a scared little goblin. Okay. Let's see. That is going to bring us to Emrys.
Okay. Like 30. That's 30, right?
Let's see. 5. 25. Yep, that's 30. You're correct.
Grr. Well, if I keep moving, I can't hit him, right?
Correct. Yep. So you've moved your full move speed. So now you have a standard action left. So let's see what you do with that. Oh, you could see more. Hold on. You have dark vision. Which will then. Reveal some friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, look.
So you see 2 more heavily armored goblins waiting there.
Okay.
So what would you like to do with your standard action that you have?
I don't know. Nothing.
I mean,
I'm
if
done.
you're gonna do nothing, you could say you go like defensive, which will give you just a +2 to your armor class for doing nothing.
Sure. I go defensive.
Cool.
Gross.
All right. Swing at things. Ugh.
Emrys questions her life decisions at this point.
Rowan.
All right. I will cast light on an arrow, and then I will move my 30 feet
Okay.
to here. Yep, that's it for me.
Okay. So you can see that Emrys is looking this way, but you can't see. See, like this line. Can't see in here.
All right.
You can see that's where Emrys looking. Also, there's this like weird stone table over here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're aware.
I
Just sure
I have noticed it. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
May I make a quick perception roll?
Sure. It's pretty good. Yeah. So it looks like it's a solid piece of stone. So it looks like it's actually been hewn out of a larger stone that had been sitting there. So we make this kind of rectangular. It's not perfect rectangular. Altar of some kind.
Does it look like the same stone that's native in the cave, or is it a stone that has been
Definitely
brought
native
in?
to the cave.
All right.
It's the same as the cave.
All right.
Let's see. You have 5, 10, 20 foot, and then the rest is shadowy. So yeah, you just see that it's looks like it's definitely carved out of the rock of the cave.
All right.
But that's about it until you get moving a little bit more and shed some more light on it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. That is going to make it Tani's.
I'm gonna walk forward 40 feet
Okay.
To where?
to
15.
I'd like to go. So over to the right. To the right. Yep.
Okay. And then Raspin.
Can I see the table?
Oh yeah, you can because you have dark. So yes, you can see the table.
Do I need a
and the
perception check?
goblins.
Yep. And you can now also see that there's some more goblins back here.
Fun. Hi, guys.
Actually. Yep. Okay. So yeah, you can make a perception roll for the table if you'd like.
I would like to.
Okay. You can see that you see the same thing essentially. Is that it looks like it's hewn roughly out of the stone of the cavern to make what looks like some sort of table, altar, or something.
I don't see anything on the table.
With your 12, no, there's nothing. There's no like physical like objects or anything sitting on top of this.
Okay.
It's just it.
So that body is not sitting on top of the altar?
Correct. It is not. It is part of the model that I grabbed.
All right.
Okay.
That is misleading, sir.
All right. So top of the round is gonna be Willick.
I'm gonna follow the light source.
Go
Actually,
into the
I
light, Willick.
forgot to ask. Did you go?
Yeah, what?
Okay, just making sure. Skip you. All right. So you can see that the goblin's standing over here, and then you can see that there's a weird table thing over here.
I think I'm gonna go towards the goblins as much as I can.
Okay. So you just single moved. So if you could actually get right behind that goblin if you like. Oh. It is dark over here for you, but you can see over here. So yeah. It goes like this.
I will stay as close to the light as I can
Yep. Okay.
and crack my knuckles.
Alright. Oh. That was Willick. It's the goblin's turn. So this goblin turns. He's gonna take a 5-foot step back. Point his crossbow at Willick and fire. Nope. Okay. These other two.
His aim must be terrible. I'm very large.
And you're not wearing any armor.
So
What's
they
armor?
move up and they just Willick, you see two goblins come out of the shadow. The cave. They stand next to the other goblin. These ones are wearing armor and carrying shields. They are wielding spears, and they kind of take up defensive spots on either side of this goblin.
So they are protecting that goblin.
It doesn't. You're not. It doesn't look like they're protecting the goblin per se. It's just more like we're creating a barrier.
Okay.
They're definitely just being defensive. Emrys,
Yes.
your turn.
Okay. I'm pissed.
I know.
I'm pissed. Okay.
Yeah. That
keeps
goblin.
running
Which one
away.
are you? Which one are you attacking? The one that's running
The
away.
guy that shot me twice. Okay.
Okay. He's no longer alive.
Good.
So. But you see further into the cave.
Of course I do. Look at all those beaches.
Okay. So you see two goblins wearing robes. Okay.
Well, you should always kill the ones with robes first. Just saying.
Rowan.
I will move 10, 15, 20. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah. I will move to here. And then I will cast Bane.
Oh, okay.
It will address all of the foes in.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, so all of these guys are gonna.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta make some will saves. Let's see. Warrior types. Nope. Nope. Hooded figures. Okay, so they are fine. The other two are not. The guys in front are effective.
All right.
Rowan.
And
There's
now,
also
now the light. Yes, brought the light
Yep.
with me. Yeah.
Yep, and so these guys, you can now see that these guys are here. They're just in shadowy nation. Okay. Tahani.
I am going to move up to the bottommost goblin. So,
Okay.
yep, that one. And attack it with fur.
You cannot do that.
Oh, I
Unless you
cannot.
wanna charge
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Alright. Well,
So you can charge it,
charge-
or
I'll
you
charge
can
it.
move twice and go this way.
but I'll take an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll charge it and attack.
Okay. You get a +2 on your attack roll. Have that. So you hit. You deal 4 points of damage. Right, Raspin.
Emrys got beat up a bunch, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
She got shot a couple times and then you healed, so.
We'll cure light wounds, I guess. That many.
3 points.
Oh, cool. I'm only down 3 now. Thank you.
Okay. Illic.
Let's take on this one.
That's either one of them. Which one do you want?
Can I just throw both hands out and punch them both?
I mean, you could try, but you're gonna take massive negatives because you don't have weapon fighting and stuff like that. But shot, right?
They're
Only like
flanking me now.
it's only like a -6 to each of your attacks because they're unarmed. But you know,
Better just try to knock out one.
okay.
Which one?
Which one looks the healthiest?
The one on Emrys currently looks the healthiest.
That
Ani has actually hit hers already. That one, so you're gonna hit one on Emrys. Got it. 8 points of damage. It's not enough to take it
sturdy little fellow.
down. Yep. Oh, you clock him and he stumbles back and is barely standing, but all right. That's Willie. Now it's the goblins. All right. So the goblins in the back finished their castings.
Oh, goody.
Well, the one finished its cast. Let's see.
What?
There's like a little flare of fire behind Rowan, and it swirls and gathers and gets much larger and takes on a humanoid appearance.
At least now you can see.
Sure can, as it takes a swing at you.
Yep.
That'll hit. You take 4 points of fire damage.
All right. Ow.
All right, so this one will swing back at the lower one will swing back at Tahani.
Hmm.
And Tahani, you take 2 points of damage.
Alright.
Stabs you with its spear. This one will swing back at Willick. Willick will take 4 points of damage from the spear.
He will pay.
The other goblin casts. Let's see. Here. Five. That's not great. So which two? Go with Willick and Tahani. Let's see.
Goody.
You guys get to make reflex saves. Again, burst of fire emanates from his hands. Ooh,
Oh. Ooh.
good. Oh, I rolled bad. Okay. Oh, okay. So, Willick,
Damn!
Willick, you take 2 points of fire damage. Tahani, you take 4.
Ow.
Willick rolls behind the little bit of a barrier that's right there. Little piece of-
Well, like, you could have given me a heads up.
Sorry!
Uh,
Okay, that is the goblin's turn. Emrys.
The one in front of me.
Okay.
Oh, that's poop stains.
Yep. Fortunately, does not hit he barely deflects your blow because it is a heavy blow with his shield. Shield is quite dented, fractured. Now to Rowan.
Well, I guess I will take a. Was it the goblin in the back which summoned this crazy bastard thing? Can I try to figure out what the hell that thing is before I make any more decisions?
Knowledge planes.
Well, that's another terrible roll.
It's not from this world, that's for sure.
All right. Well, I guess I will take a 5-foot step this way, and I will unleash a bow at this crazy thing.
Got it. Well, wow.
woohoo.
That is a max damage roll.
Sure is, and it's actually really close. Oh, okay. Yep, you pierce it, and you this weird sound like a raging fire, kind of like it was just kind of crackling before it just erupts from it as the arrow pierces it. All right, Tahani.
Hold on. I will also call out. So, I think I made it angry, and we are definitely needing to take care of those casters. Otherwise, we might have more company than we can imagine. And that's it. Now I'm done.
I am going to punch the thing in front of me.
Okay. You definitely punched it once for 8, which after the 4 that you did earlier is enough to get rid of him.
Woohoo.
Right. Raspin.
Let's see. Why am I not measuring things? 5. Alright, we'll step over here. No, I'm in a threatened space. They got 5.
He actually cannot make an attack of opportunity against you because you are behind the wall from him.
Alright, so then Oh my god. We're gonna step over here, going the long way around through Tahani Square,
Gotcha.
and give Willick a bit of luck.
Okay. Perfect. Willick's turn.
Emrys, can you handle this one?
Yes.
I'm going after the one who tried to set me on fire.
Good
That
call.
was- That was nice.
And it's just a 5-foot step, so no attack opportunity from that guy. Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Kill the mages.
Alright, well,
Well,
that
well.
will hit and deal 8 points of damage.
Is he allowed to re-roll damage with a bit of
No,
luck?
it's a
Yeah,
D20 specifically.
D20. All right.
Okay.
But double checking how this is worded. You can roll twice and take the better results, so we could try for a crit.
Nah.
Well, he doesn't get to use it after this round, so
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you get to keep the better one.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Go for it.
Yep, might as well.
Oh.
It was close.
So close.
Real close. Yep. Alright. Let's see here. That was Willick. Coughlin's go, and summoned creature. Summoned creature will go first. Oh. Take another 3 points of fire damage. Oh, also, since I remember this time, make a reflex save.
Who's making a reflex save?
Rowan.
Rowan.
Oh.
Rowan.
Oh, yeah. Yep,
My-
you took 3 points of fire damage as the thing stepped
Ah, it
forward,
moved up.
swung at you and hit you.
Gotcha.
Make a reflex save, because this time I
Alright.
remembered that he has a potential to set you on fire. No, you're fine.
Yes.
Not catch. Your clothing does not catch when he hits you. Quickly pat yourself out. Alright, it's him. This
What?
goblin will swing at Emrys, and she's right there. Nope. This goblin takes a 5-foot step back. Shoot more acid at Willick.
Ew.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
That's just rude.
Spells. Yeah. No, he doesn't have that left already. Okay, yeah, so he casts a spell on himself. That's it. Goblins. Emrys.
Yeah.
Turn. Wow. Wow. Just wow.
I know how that feels, Emrys.
That shield is saving this goblin's life.
I'm so bad.
Rowan.
How tall is the altar?
It's about 4 feet off the ground.
So I'd have no problem shooting over it.
Oh, correct. Yeah, no, you'll be fine.
And I will take my 5-foot step this way. And I will fire once again at this abomination of fire. And I will not fare so well.
Yep, not as well as last couple times. Alright. Tahani.
I'm going to run up to the caster, and
Okay.
I'm going to charge.
I'm going to charge it and hit it.
Which one?
The one to the right. Where I was before. Yep, there.
That will hit, and he already took points of damage.
One caster down.
All right.
Raspin.
Does the elemental disappear?
It's the other one.
Oh, I thought it was that one.
Mm. The elemental's almost down. I couldn't quite get him all the way.
Alright. Bad decisions. Let's go try to stab the elemental.
Ooh, all right.
I've got lots of hit points.
I like it.
It looks weak.
Fire. It looks weak.
Nope. Maybe this was a mistake.
I thought it said heads. I thought it said heads. I thought it said heads.
Willick, it's your turn.
I think I'm going to charge this one back here.
Okay. Well, extra 2 to hit. You're charging.
What?
Whoa. Okay. Well. Yep.
Right between the eyes.
Wow.
Runs up and just decks this goblin right
I
in
got
the
it.
face. Just stabs its head back, and immediately the creature of flame just disappears.
Nice job, Willick.
What do you mean? I got it.
Well, because it's so fast, Rosman probably does think he got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I got it. Totally got it.
I don't know if I hit or not.
You just need to charge into battle more often. Totally works for me.
There's
That is the
still.
lesson that I am going to learn from this experience.
That's right.
Tahani wants to get a high five from Willick, but then
But
realizes
there's
it's
still a
probably a
goblin.
bad idea.
Yeah. And we're not done yet.
That's gonna hurt. Yeah. Okay. So, what you guys doing? I mean,
There's still one goblin
there's
left.
still, yeah,
one
there's still a
left.
goblin. Oh my god.
Do you need me to come punch that one too?
Well, first it's that goblin's go. It's gonna swing at Emrys.
Still has a -1 to his attack roll, sir.
Yep,
'Cause
he sure does.
he
But
has
you know,
been
when I roll a
baned.
19, it don't matter. You take 4 more points of spear.
You mean
And
4
then-
and haven't taken damage yet.
Yeah, I mean you took damage earlier, but you just got healed for it all. Emrys, check out.
God damn it!
Nope. This time you break through. Shield does not hold thanks to the Bane.
Thank God.
Just slam right through the shield and into his face, and that poor goblin is no more. Alright.
Well. All right.
So,
Oh.
seeing as it appears there is no immediate threat,
Mm-hmm.
we are now going to move outside of initiative.
All right.
How's everyone feeling?
I hurt.
I have not been this sore in
Emrys is
some time.
probably just with her hammer going on this goblin's body.
Yes.
Yep.
I
Very angry.
hurt.
I wouldn't say no.
Well, I have 2 of those left. So,
Should we short rest?
I'm okay. Don't worry about me. That's not a thing here.
not a thing.
Oh, that's not good.
And we're definitely not going to camp down here. So,
No. Let's take a few moments and explore what we've been dealing with here. Let's take a look at our surroundings and make sure that we're done with the threat. We don't want to be poking around at things and realize that we're going to get surprised by something. So I suppose I'm going to move down this way with my light source. Or is this the bottom of the cave?
I would like to follow Rowan because this is a bad.
It
Nope,
would
it
seem
is the cave wall.
it is the cave wall.
I'm just staying
Alright.
close to the light.
In my well-placed hiding blocks.
Alright. Well then let's check up this way and clear out this hallway where those casters were. We go up this way and we can check their
Lead
bodies
the way.
for loot. Yeah, that's fine.
I only have 4 hit points.
I got it. I'm up here with the light source. Let's see what we got. Alright, we'll check the bodies of these casters, see what we got going on for loots.
Okay, let's see. The casters... they don't really have anything on them. They have, like, spell component pouches, essentially. Is what
Wow.
you glean them to be.
Wow.
Other than that, they're not wearing armor. They just have the robes on them. They don't have any money or belongings or anything, it looks like. The only thing that each of them has that is, you know, is they each have one of those weird kind of torches that looks like it's been burned on the top before. That's it.
Alright. And the other two, the other 3 goblins that were dead, the 2 with the big shields and the crossbow guy?
Yep. So they are all wearing scale mail.
Okay.
Did we pick up the locket or green necklace? One
Yes.
of the goblins is wearing
Pink.
Yeah.
Pink gemstone. Yeah.
a pink gem.
Yeah, we've got it.
Yep.
We've got it. 3 scale mails.
Yep. So there's 3 scale mails. There is, well, the one is not usable anymore because Emmer's busted the shit out of it. There's a small steel shield,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is a light crossbow sized for a small creature.
See, you can use a crossbow.
These all sound like things that are better than what I have.
And there are 2 spears sized for small.
Ooh.
I think you should take the crossbow.
I don't know. Willick said that I should run into battle more often.
You can run with a crossbow.
Trust me, it works.
These also don't look. These spears don't look like they're exactly goblin made either. Like they're
Oh,
not
really?
like just somebody took like they're like crappy sticks with something sharp tied to the top. That's not what this looks like. These look like actual spears.
Interesting. Alright.
It's like this armor looks. It doesn't look like it's not like cobbled together pieces of metal or anything like that. These are actual suits of armor that they're like scale mail shirts that they have.
That is something. Alright. Then I guess we'll try to peek around this corner as well.
Okay.
Peek, peek, peek.
It looks to be like the entrance to another room of some kind.
Alright. Well, I'll come up this way and then I'll make a perception check to see if I can hear if there's anything going on in there.
Okay.
Creepy, creepy.
Okay. Give me 1 second. You don't really see or hear anything.
Do I smell another toilet ring?
No, not particularly. It looks like it's a room that has like it looks like it's like the room's actually kind of a circle shape that goes around this like big piece of cavern that's still in the center of the room. As you go around and stuff, you see like there's like some little piles of straw that looks like things were sleeping there probably. And probably sized for the goblins. So now that you've moved into the room, you can make another perception. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what you see really in here.
Can I follow behind and make my own perception roll?
I mean, if you're gonna walk into the room, you can make your own.
Yep, I will walk through the room. You can put me on the other side of the wall.
It's clear.
Okay, so Tahani catches a glimpse of her as she tries to duck behind, but there is somebody in here.
Like a threatening somebody?
So one way to find
It
out.
looks like they're trying to hide. Looks like they're trying to keep like against the kind of piece of cavern that's in between you guys, like that big stone pillar. They're trying to keep it between you and them.
Can I take like
But
a
now
rock?
there's a fuck ton of you. It's very hard for her to do. As you catch, it is too big to be a goblin. That's for sure.
You can come out now. The goblins are gone.
I'll stow my bow at this point.
She sees you and darts this way, and then sees Tahani. She immediately just kind of starts cowering.
Oh, darling. Child, it's fine. You got nothing to worry about.
Yes. So, looks like she resembles the girl from Family Portrait. Her clothes are very tattered and soiled and gross. Her hair is matted, not taken care of. She's real dirty.
Miss Leviton, I presume. We happened upon your farm. We can only imagine what you've been through, but we came here, braved our way through the mountain pass to find you and bring you out of here. And I'll hold up the necklace and the ribbon that we found along the way that belonged to her.
A diplomacy check. Wow.
I have a thing. I have Agent of Chance.
Okay.
What does that do?
I think that just lets you try again.
Yes, please.
Let me double check what this.
Just
what this
don't
does.
do worse.
I'm normally quite good at this.
Allow an ally to reroll a skill check as an immediate action. They
Dang,
must take a
got it.
second result, even if it is worse.
Okay. We got there. Got there. Kind of slowly turns.
And if there was any, remember, it's if there's any way that she might, in some shape or form, deem me attractive, it's actually a 14.
Yeah. Just kind of slowly looks at you, kind of like realizing that you guys aren't necessarily immediately threatening her. Posture changes a little bit, so she opens up just a little bit.
How long has she been here?
You guys know that she's been missing for almost a month now.
Okay. Do we have any rations on us that I can share?
She's currently just kind of staring at you, Rowan.
Child, it's all right.
Can I share some of my rations with her?
So you're gonna offer her
Yeah.
stuff?
Mhm.
Okay, make a diplomacy check. Hey.
Hey.
So you come over, you have some food and water, which she will gladly take, start eating and drinking. So kind of moves closer to Dahani, away from Rowan. Just eating, drinking. Seems to be really hungry. She kind of looks up at Tani. Thanks.
Are we ready to leave the cave now? We can let our new friend maybe try to clean up a little bit in that spring outside.
That's a sound
Find
idea.
out where we can take her.
Maybe once she's had a chance to clean up, she can tell us a little bit more about what happened.
Yeah.
Should we get a hold of the guard folk?
we'll have to see what she wants to do. I don't know
Yeah.
what they can do for her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's work our way out. We'll go and we'll loot the couple other dead bodies that we left up in here,
Is there anywhere?
and we'll
that we
have to
didn't-
go and look up here as well. This is the one area we didn't clear, so perhaps we go take a look.
Anytime we go near the goblins, I'll try kind of like stand in between the goblins and her, so she doesn't have to see them.
I mean, so you guys are going to leave this room?
We're gonna try to bring her with us.
Okay. She doesn't like exactly follow you. Just kind of stays.
What's wrong? Don't you want to get out of here?
Should I carry her?
Let's not do that.
No, let's not do that. That doesn't make us any better than a goblin captors.
Can
Let's try to find out what's going on.
do a medicine check?
You can give me a yeah. So give me 2 checks. Give me a sense motive and give me a heal check.
Okay.
All right, can I do sense motive when she? All right, so you're gonna do heal.
So sense motive
This one. Wait, that's the wrong
and
sheet.
a heal check.
That was absolutely the wrong sheet. Sorry,
Okay.
billion things.
So all of you rolled really well on your heal checks.
Yay!
So you guys can tell. I mean, along with your sense motive checks, which are reasonable.
Mine's
alongside
actually 14, but
okay.
Hmm.
She's been through it's been a month that she's been captured by goblins of all things. Like, she's been through an extremely traumatic experience and is in essentially a state of shock. It seems like. No.
I'm
The only words that she's muttered so far to you are like, thanks. If you guys make quick motion towards her, she kind of just cowers.
all right.
So does she look injured?
No, not really, actually. She just looks dirty.
All right, I'm gonna sit down on the floor next to her and just try to wait her out.
Great. So you just want to wait here with her, and
Yeah.
we'll go look at that other room.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
All right.
And I'll just continuously feed her whatever snacks I have in my bag.
Okay. So you guys are leaving?
I'll
Yeah,
stay
basically we're
The
going
rest
up
of us are gonna
here.
go check out that.
Okay, so you guys are all leaving. Okay, so as Rowan and Raspin and Willick leave, and the light source disappears, Tahani, she like scrambles away and up against the wall.
when the light source goes
Yes,
away.
because I'm carrying the light source.
So it's now dark in here. You can see because you have dark vision.
Did we have a rock that also had a light on it?
Yeah, it's up and around the
It's
corner.
Way back here.
Can you bring...
You can ask for it before we leave.
Yeah, can someone bring back the rock? The light rock?
Well, we can just cast light on another rock.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
give you another one, and Rowan can.
Alright, I'll take the...
Emrys, are you doing anything while they're doing all of
Still
this?
smashing the goblin.
I'm chilling out.
Yeah, just
I'm getting
relax.
over my exhaustion.
Just making sure, just in case you wanted to do anything.
Alright, so we will, in fact, leave you with light.
Yeah, I have some light source now, and... Does she react when I bring back the light?
Yeah. So when you bring back the light and she can actually see again, she like, you know, looks around and stuff. She kind of like comes off of the wall a bit, and then she just kind of sits back down on the ground. But she's not like
Okay.
cowering against the wall like she was.
Okay.
Could give her the rock to hold. All
I
right.
give her the rock to hold.
Yeah.
Okay. She just kind of sits there looking at it. It's like, and then cups it in her hands, and then lets it go. Like drops it real quick. The light goes out. Picks it back up. Okay, so you guys have made your way up further. All right. So this room, you guys move in. There is a bunch of stuff in here.
Ooh.
And by stuff, I don't mean, like, this is not the refuse pile.
Oh.
This
It's our lucky
is...
day, Rowan.
Hey!
There is coins scattered all over. There's some jewelry strewn about. There's some boxes and barrels, and you guys see blankets, and you see what looks like it could be like rugs or something. There's just a bunch of stuff in here.
We're not taking all of this with us, but we can dig through and see what we can carry.
Yes.
And make an appraise check.
Untrained?
Can I
Hey,
do
yeah,
that?
it's fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can do it on train. It's okay.
Nope.
Everyone's like, yeah, we need all of this. Those rugs,
Everything.
super expensive. We need those. Those are.
Willick, pack it all up. We're taking it all.
Raz is like,
fine.
well, all of these sort of mundane, normal, not jewelry, not money stuff, like, so the crates, the barrels, the rugs, the blankets, they all, like, there's mildew and mold on them. You open up the barrels, and it's, like, foodstuffs that have gone bad.
Maybe
Like,
not
so
this.
all of that kind of stuff you don't need. You definitely don't have to take with you. It's essentially worthless.
Okay.
Such a waste.
However, all of the money, all of the jewelry,
Totaling.
gem even. Okay, so if you guys are gonna take time to like kind of
Yeah.
accumulate it and get it all packed up.
Yeah, Tani needs some time to help this girl
Yep.
chill
Okay.
out. So
So there is 122 gold pieces,
Mm-hmm.
347 silver pieces, 1,670 copper pieces. Yeah, Raspin rolled it well enough. Previous check. There are 2 rings made of silver, worth 10 gold each. They look like they're probably a set of wedding rings.
aw.
There's a necklace made out of gold and mithril, actually, and is worth 25. So it's like a gold chain that has like this little thin stripe of mithril through it. And then the gem is actually an opal that is worth 50 gold. So, okay. Let's see, Tani, what are you doing? Because that's them, like, gathering it all, kind of sorting the gold from the copper and the silver, and all like that takes a while.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do with her over this period of time?
I'm just offering her food, and I'm not making direct eye contact. I'm just really just trying to be relaxed and neutral and seeing if she'll open up or approach.
Okay. So eventually she gets to the point where like you being there and like making like normal motions towards her, like handing her food or water, does not make her like kind of move away from you or jump back or anything like it was. She now just kind of, as soon as you offer her food or water, she takes it and eats it or drinks it.
Okay.
She's kind of still sitting there. She's not really doing anything in between you giving her stuff. She's just kind of sitting and kind of like she watches like the 2 ways that she can see. She'll watch towards the exit behind you or this one. That's all she really does.
Are you nervous about joining our group?
She looks at you as you try to as you're talking to her. Who are you?
Tahani. We can bring you to someplace you might know.
I want to go home.
We can bring you someplace safe.
I want to go home to my dad.
Let's get you out of here. Let's get you cleaned up, okay?
So Emerus, what are you doing?
I'm chilling out near the altar.
Okay. Are you gonna like? Are you gonna look around the altar? Are you gonna? Are
Sure.
you just sitting there? Like, what are you doing? I mean, you just sit there if you want to. I don't.
Look around.
Damn. All right. So you notice that obviously there's the altar, and there is like scorch marks in like these stain spots on the altar. Stains definitely being like blood. You smell it, and it's like it smells burnt, and stuff like that. There's these weird like pinpoint marks in some of the areas on this top of the stone, and then the other thing you notice is this like it's actually on the top of the altar, and it's kind of covered. You only notice like you see the divots and stuff. You like notice that there's like this pattern running on the top of the altar. It's kind of filled a little bit with like this burnt gore. So you start like you want to like clean it out to see the symbol, or are you just gonna leave it alone?
I'm gonna clean it out.
Okay, so you start cleaning out the symbol, and then there is this symbol in the altar.
Okay. What does it look like?
Roll me a will save.
Okay. It's probably not going to work. Oh, look at that.
Okay. So, feel like you know this symbol, but you don't know where you saw it last. It just feels familiar to you. You also really don't like it. That's the other thing that you know. You just don't like the symbol.
Okay.
But it's definitely pretty crudely carved. Also, is the other thing that you know. 'Cause it looks like it's probably the work of goblins, and it's not very good.
Okay.
That's it. Actually, no. You rolled a 24. You find also while you're checking over this altar a hidden compartment.
Oh, I opened the hidden compartment.
Okay. So you open the hidden compartment. Luckily, there is no traps.
I don't check for traps. We know we don't.
You open the hidden compartment, and inside there are these 4 long, probably about a foot and a half long, cold iron rods
Okay.
that end in these really sharp points. And the ends of them, similar to the altar, are also scorched black.
Okay.
The other thing that you find is a skull.
Nice. I take the skull.
Leave the cold
And
iron.
rods.
Take the skull.
And I take the rods.
The skull doesn't have anything on it. It just looks like it actually looks. Well, you want to roll a heal check? Just
You
take
want me to
a
roll a
guess.
heal check?
Yep.
Yeah, who do you think you're talking to?
See? Apparently somebody who's seen a lot of dead things before. In different stages of decomposition. This skull looks like it's actually pretty recent. Probably within the last couple days. It has a couple of holes in the skull where it looks like it was pierced by something.
Like the
2
rods?
Yeah, like rods.
Like
So
the rods that I'm currently holding in my hand?
inside the eye sockets, like going back through the skull, there's 2 long holes there. There are like indentations where the nostrils would be on the skull, and also there's holes where a humanoid's ears would be located on the skull.
Cool.
And
So there
also
could be,
the
like-
top the top of because the bottom jaw is missing. It's not there. Also, all the front teeth are all gone, and then the top part of the skull, the roof of the mouth part of the skull, there's like this like long kind of cylindrical indentation, and it is also scorched.
Are there 5 sacred jars in here too? Like
No, just the skull.
Okay.
Is it teenage girl sized?
Are you there, Willick?
Willick is
you ain't
not.
there?
Willick's not.
Careful.
Willick's collecting money with them.
Willick's hiding in the light.
Yeah.
All right. I still take the skull
Okay.
and the rods.
Yep.
And can I swing my hammer onto the altar?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you want to like if you want to try and smash it a bit, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Can I just swing it? Like
Yep.
an attack roll?
Yep.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, it's fine. It's AC is 5.
Oh, okay.
It's an object. You don't do too much damage to it. It is a giant solid piece of stone.
No, I figured. I just wanted to hit that.
Just hit the symbol. A little bit, some little flecks of stone come off. That's it.
With the sound of that,
Yeah, you hear.
I'll
Definitely sounds like metal slamming on stone.
skip down a few feet and yell, "Emrys, you all right?"
Yup.
What was that noise?
Hold on. Yeah.
What?
Slam.
What is our friend's reaction to that
She
sound?
hears this loud noise and immediately like covers her ears and her head and like crouches back down.
Amaret.
I don't know what's going on up there.
All right. Oh, we're all cleaned up. We'll start heading back down and.
Yeah, Emrys, you get another like slam in if you want, before everybody starts coming down. You guys hear the third like smash as you're just finally finished cleaning up getting all the coins into bags and stuff like that.
Jesus,
Way back
Emrys.
down. You find Emrys is standing next to the altar and she's just going like railroading the top of this altar with her earthbreaker.
What on earth did that do to you?
Look what I found.
I'm gonna make a religion check. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
On what? What are you doing?
Well, I was just shown the skull and rods, and we'll look at those in addition to the altar and try to put two and two together.
So you can definitely tell that whatever that is some sort of like the rods, the altar, and obviously this whatever it is has been done to the skull. And so looking at the skull and the rods, you kind of place the skull back on the altar, just kind of like where you think it would have been, based upon like the little indentations that are on the altar. And it is just above this symbol that you can now see because Emrys has cleaned out all of the burnt gore that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see this symbol, and so the skull goes right over top of where that would be, and seems like the person's like chest cavity would be on top of the symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can tell that it looks like the pokers that are made out of cold iron were heated up extremely hot, and then shoved through various parts of the body. Not just the skull, because there are indentations on other areas of the thing. And then most of them go around and hit the points of this symbol. Speaking of this symbol,
Mm-hmm.
this is the symbol on the stone. So this is the top. So the skull would be placed up here, and then this would be under the chest of the human placed on the altar. So the points hit here, 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 here. All like the sharp, jagged edges. All the sharp points is what but it hits.
Definitely not
This
the
looks
same.
like it is very roughly carved into the stone.
But it's definitely not the same as what was tattooed on the
Nope.
couple
No.
of
You guys
goblins.
know that
Yep,
the
yep.
goblins were like a sort of like a triangle that was supposed to be a mountain and a little bit of flame on the top. This is obviously not that. Anybody that has knowledge religion or knowledge plane?
In addition to the 23 I rolled, you want another one?
Correct.
Wow, you are a slave
I should
driver.
have that.
Oh, the religion was like, I'm looking at this skull that I was just...
Well, fine, I'll just run it back.
Okay. Obviously, it's some sort of runic symbol.
Does it belong to any sort of deity or
Nothing.
following
nothing
cult
immediately
that I would
comes-
know about?
Nothing immediately comes to your mind.
Okay.
But it is obviously some sort of... I mean, perhaps it's an arcane symbol. So if anybody has knowledge arcana that wants to try and roll that. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely... it's obviously involved in some sort of ritual, so it's magic, but it definitely does not seem like it's arcane in nature. It definitely seems like it's more ritualistic and divine.
All right. Well, we'll focus on that later. Is that's the only instance of the symbol is sitting on top of the altar? There's nothing carved
Correct.
into the sides?
Nope.
Okay.
Just the altar. Just the top.
All right. Well, then I guess we can take our sweet time bringing our guest home. If she'll come.
There's a guest?
Yeah, we found the girl.
Oh, she's alive?
She is.
Good for her.
I'll kind of like pull, like as we're walking, I'll kind of go aside to Emerson. I'm like, I'm not so sure she's very happy she's alive right now, based on what I think she might have been through this last month. So we'll try to be a little bit sensitive to her, huh?
I'm very sensitive.
She might be a little fragile. All right. Well, Tahani, are we ready?
Think you're ready? I'll turn to her and say, think you're ready to go?
Yeah. You're taking me home?
We're gonna get you someplace safe, okay?
Home is safe.
We are definitely going to head towards home.
She kind of nods at you. Okay. My name is Helia.
Helia? It's nice to meet you, Helia.
I wish it was under better circumstances, but let's see what we can do for you. Let's get you out of here.
You guys go. Head back up to the out. You guys leave the cave system entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Back to this. Okay. You guys go to the mountain pass. I'm not gonna worry about bringing her character model up here.
It's fine.
Um,
We're going to let her
you guys
clean
come
up.
out.
Yeah, if she wants to
She
take a couple
definitely winces at like the sunlight.
Sunlight.
Do we have any kind of hat we can give her? Something wide brimmed?
You know, I have been meaning to get myself a wide-brimmed hat, and I just have not done it yet.
Okay. Yeah, so she's just kind of wincing at the sunlight and whatnot. I mean, it's not like she's like, oh my god, the sun, I can't look. She just, covers her eyes a little bit. Squinting a lot. It's not unbearable.
Well, we can take her into the shade underneath the trees here by the creek.
Okay.
Tony, if we give you a couple minutes, do you think you can help our friend clean up a little bit?
Yeah, let me help her.
Okay. So you go over, start leading her to the water.
That water is cold.
You get to the water, to the edge of the water, and like, what are you doing? Like, how are you trying to get her clean? I guess is my question.
I'm gonna kind of wade into the water and see if she'll follow.
She just kind of watches you.
I step back, take her hand, and try to gently lead her.
Okay.
And if
So
she doesn't,
if you try, as soon as you start pulling her towards the water or trying to lead her into the water, she flips out.
Whoa, this bitch crazy.
She's like, no, 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 and she's like pulling back against you.
all right, that's fine. That's completely fine. I then I rip off a piece of my shirt and I dunk it in the water to soak it and basically give it to her to use a damp cloth to wipe off.
Okay, she's like holding it and looking at you. She doesn't understand what you want.
Bitch, wipe your face.
Clean yourself up.
I like put my hand up to silence comments. And then I put like the cloth in her hand and kind of like hand over hand try to help her wipe her face.
Okay. So once you start doing what you want her to do, she kind of like, she's like, and then she just keeps, so she will from this point like clean herself off.
Okay.
It's more like, you know, she's been dirty for well, I mean, roll me a sense motive check. Just to Hani.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like she's just like, she's been dirty for a long time now, so she's just kind of used to it and like doesn't realize that she's as dirty as she is.
Right.
So she cleans herself off as best as she can with like, you know, a silk cloth.
Yeah.
Gets most of the dirt out of her face and off her hands and arms and stuff.
I like take a scoopful of waters and offer it for her to drink.
Okay. She'll take it and drink it.
Okay.
All right, so we found this girl, which we didn't think we'd find. While they're off kind of doing the... we'll have a conversation. So we found this girl that we didn't think we'd find. Now, I know we were going to head on our way to Old Von Hold, but we can't just leave this girl here now, can we?
Well, we can bring her with us, or we can try to take her back and drop her off somewhere. But I don't know that that's going to be faster than bringing her to the city that we were going to anyway and sending a message.
Let's take a look at the map.
Well,
I mean, we can't send her back home.
Okay, nope, that's New Farm. There we go. Alright, so, Rowan, roll me a survival check. Okay. You have a rough estimate that you are somewhere in here.
mm-hmm. Her and this, if I'm not mistaken, is her actual home.
That is her home, right? So it took you 2 days in the past to get to where you are, and then 2 days this way. So you guys figure
How old does this girl appear to be?
probably 15, 16. So you figure it's probably 3 days to get back to her house, and then her house, the watchtower, is another 3 days. So
maybe 4 or 5 days to go straight to the tower if we wanted to.
yeah, like you guys could get there before. You guys know the way to get there. So from once you get out of the mountain pass, you know, like you've made this trip now a couple times, you can get there probably within 2. Since you know like which areas are safer to travel at night and stuff like that. if you wanted to continue through the pass that you're on, try and get over somehow to Varnhold. I mean, traveling through the mountains is probably another week just to get to Old Varnhold, and that is, you guys aren't even sure what to expect there.
Yeah.
And then from there to here along the road is another 5 days travel.
So I think we might be best served bringing her back to the tower, to the southern tower. We can take her through her home if we'd like, just to kind of let her deal with that.
I think that's a lot for us to sign up for.
Well, I figured that if we know we're going to go back to Old Varnhold anyway, there's at least a path which we can take, which should shorten some of our time through the mountains, as opposed to trying to take the straight shot over top.
I'm not objecting to taking her back to the tower. It's more, I don't know that we want to take her back to work. That seems like a lot for her to deal with in her state, you think?
She may not want to leave.
Well, I'm just thinking we probably want to give her some time to get real life above ground, not surrounded by goblins.
We're going to send this poor girl to a tower full of soldiers. Oh my goodness. Oh.
You're pretty sure Vandred would keep everybody in line.
Oh, that's not.
Let anything happen.
They
don't seem like that kind of.
That's not my issue. I just am potentially afraid the girl might not quite get the support that she needs. Is all.
Well, I mean, I don't think we're expecting her to stay there, but I think giving her some time to get reacclimated and then maybe reminding her of what happened without the visceral sight of it all might be an easier way to ease her in new life than just taking her back.
Perhaps.
Out of character, did we bury her family?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure, they just weren't laying about.
You guys just left the bodies there. It's totally fine. Yeah. Okay, so, Tahani, roll me an intelligence check, please.
Okay.
You are the one from, okay,
Ooh.
Summerlands. Alright. So, when it comes up with, like, the sort of uncertainties as to this girl's future, you know very well, specifically because you were an orphan yourself, that the way that is treated in the Summerlands is basically, you know that if you guys get her to the tower, she will stay probably at the tower for a day or two, while they make sure that she's okay health-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will transport her to like the closest major sort of metropolitan area, which is going to be New Varnhold. She'll probably go to New Varnhold, where she will either be taken in by a foster family or an orphanage for the next couple of years until she becomes of age to where she can kind of make her own way.
So of age is actually 18 in this world, not 14 as most fantasy. I got it.
Well, it's not that it's of age. Well, so technically she would be of age now.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing everything that she's gone through, they probably would at least keep. She may not actually go to a foster home. She may go and work for somebody, basically. Yeah. But somebody that is more than likely going to keep an eye on.
Makes sense. All right. Well, then, let's get her back to the tower post-haste.
All right.
I mean, she's got lots of options. We just need to figure out how to break them to her, right? Like, her family's ancestral property is obviously an option, right?
I think we can definitely have that conversation with Vandrin as well once we get back to the tower.
Yeah, or worst case, if they can sell that off, and then she'll have something to start for wherever she wants to head off to.
Yeah.
She's got lots of options. We just need to figure out how to break them to her. And I don't know that doing that abruptly is best.
Fair. All right. Then let's pack ourselves up and we'll head back to the tower.
Okay. So you guys pack up. For today, you probably only have a couple hours left of sunlight.
We should definitely rest. For sure.
Do you want to rest now, or do you want to move away from the cave? What do you
Well,
guys want to do?
I think if we can move away from the cave and head our way back to one of the last places that we did rest that was safe.
You guys know that there was it was a couple hours back is where you rested last time, where it was kind of a bend to the little conclave area that you.
So let's go there, and that way we're far enough away from the cave that hopefully she'll be able to sleep. But we'll have to try to keep an eye on her as well, and make sure she doesn't run off in the night.
Okay. All right. So you guys get to where you were going to make camp for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
What is going to be the watch order?
I'm first or last.
I want to be closest to daylight. I don't see very well.
Then I will be first. That's fine with me, Willick.
I think we usually do Rowan, Tahani, Emrys, and then Willick.
Correct. No need to change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So you guys make your camp and stuff like that. Where are you guys gonna put her to sleep?
Center of us. Well, we have a cart, can't we?
No, we don't have the
Make it back
car.
out to
We
our
don't.
cart?
We didn't make it out there yet.
Yeah, you guys aren't there yet. You're still in the tight pass. You have a day and a half's travel in the tight pass to get to where you guys left the cart.
Well, we can ask what will make her the most.
Well, here's the thing. We can't have her playing musical beds, right? We want her to get actually some rest. But one of us is always going to be up in the course of the night. So why don't we give her one of our bedrolls, and then we all can just share one tonight. Whoever's on watch will just trade off as we go for watch.
Sounds good. I give her my bedroll.
All right.
Okay. So you guys make camp, to get set up, get her, her bedroll. I'm assuming you guys are trying to put her bedroll towards the more middle of all of you.
Yeah, and close to the fire so she can see the warmth and yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. So after having actually something and drink water and now sleeping on something that's not just stone,
Mm-hmm.
she basically passes out.
Mm-hmm.
So Rowan, it's gonna be your watch. Oh. Yep. You hear the click, click, click noise, but it is very far away. You don't even know where it's coming from. It's just echoing.
Fucking birds. All right.
That's it for your watch.
Night and night.
Mine.
Roll perception roll.
Okay. I'll take it.
All right. So you hear that familiar click, but again, it's very far away. No idea where it's actually coming from. The other thing that you notice is that Kelia turns and tosses in her sleep a bit during her.
Does she say anything?
She doesn't say anything. She just turns and tosses, quickly too. You see her jerky movements. She doesn't yell or scream or even say anything or moan. Nothing. No actual outward. She's just moving around a little bit.
Okay. I relay this information to the next watch.
Which is Emrys.
Oh, good. The person who is going to
The epitome
be the
of
most
empathy.
sensitive.
Not care.
Emrys, it is your turn for watch.
Okay.
Roll your perception check.
Murder all the small animals.
All right. So, two things happen.
Oh God. Something always happens when I'm on.
I know.
Look, okay, I can't help it. They like putting you on the watch. That's like that like 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. time slot.
That's like my favorite time, so I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. But yeah, so two things happen pretty much close to the same time. You hear like the sound of like a rock, like a stone or pebble falling, and it's very close. And you look up, and you see a familiar all black bird perched way high up on the mountain, about 100 feet. At you guys. Almost at the same time as you see it, Helios sits bolt upright in bed.
Oh my God, this bitch. Oh jeez.
Oh God.
Is she being paranormal activity, bitch? Like,
She doesn't scream. She doesn't. Nothing like that. She's just breathing very heavily. Like.
okay.
Is she awake? I'm asleep.
She's. I mean, she's looking around and stuff like that. She sees you. And kind of, scurries on her hands and knees, like crawls almost over to you.
What up, bitch?
She's like, it's watching.
I know. You mean the bird?
She just like looks at you like she doesn't understand necessarily what you're. She's like, what?
What's watching?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
It just watches. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I just know it's watching.
What does it feel like?
Like something's watching.
But does it feel like it's bad?
Yes.
Okay. Don't worry. You should go back to sleep.
Okay. Goes back to her bedroll. Lays back down. Obviously still not sleeping. Just laying there.
That's fine.
Just like a 7-year-old child.
That's fine. Well, I think I was sitting at that point, right? I'm pretty sure I was sitting. I'm just gonna stand up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. I see the raven, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna wave at it.
Okay.
And just be like, I see you, bitch.
It's like head cocks to the side and like flaps its wings a little bit. It still just sits
And then
there.
I'm like, come for me. I see.
So as you're watching, like I said, she's just laying there. She's not asleep. She's definitely still awake. She's just
That's
staring at you.
That's fine.
Make a perception roll.
Sure.
So as you're like looking at her, she's staring at you. You hear the flutter of wings,
Yeah.
and you look back towards where the raven was, and it's not there. And then
Okay.
you look down, and it's like 20 feet away from you, standing on the ground.
Great. Awesome. I'm excited. Listen. Okay, I'm whispering this because I don't want to wake anybody up.
hmm
Helia, if you hear anything, like, I don't know, scream your head off or something. I don't know. So I'm saying to the bird, I'm like, if you got something to show me, you better show me. Because obviously you want to say something, or your master wants to say something, and you best be coming and telling me what you need or what you want.
Its head like cocks to the side. Like so, its one eye is just kind of looking at you. Make me a perception roll. Be the lot of perception rolls.
I'm getting like the heebie-jeebies. I'm just letting you know.
Good. You see in the its eye as it's like looking towards you. You're like, you can't tell if it's the reflection of the campfire, or it, or what, or if your eyes are playing tricks on you or something. But it looks almost like there's fire in this bird's eye as it's looking at you.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do one of these things.
Oh shit!
Oh shit. I need to go into that?
I'm gonna be brought in a minute. No, okay.
Yep, okay. Bye, Scott. So, you're looking at it and you see this little, like the fire in its eye. You can't, you're still not sure if it's like the campfire or if it's it or what's going on really. And that's got you like really drawn into it, kind of like what the fuck is going on. And that's when you hear the voice.
Okay.
A voice that sounds familiar in some aspects, where it sounds like the crackling of fire and flame. It's just like, Memris, the child will be mine.
Obviously, we know each other. But why do you want this little girl?
She has been marked. You will not interfere with this.
She seems kind of weak. I would pick someone stronger for you to possess, because I assume that this is what's happening. You should pick a better vessel.
You were smarter than this last time.
I'm still smart. Who are you?
There's just no response. You see the like the fire like that you saw in the Raven's eyes just gone.
Is the bird still there?
It's still there, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go back up a channel now.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the party died.
Yep. So, Emrys, you're looking at the bird, and it like flutters its wings again, and its head turns and looks at you again, and it hops 10 feet closer. Not towards you, towards Helia.
Dude, seriously? Get away from her. I will smash you. I'm sure you saw me kill that ferret.
It looks at you and just screeches. Everybody can make perception rolls now. Everybody that's asleep can make perception rolls now. Damn.
Everybody wake the fuck up!
Nope. That's not everyone.
That's perfect.
All right. So Rowan, we'll go with Raspin and Tahani first. You guys awaken to the sound of like this shrill bird squawk.
What?
Raspin or Rowan, you awake to the same noise. You immediately look directly at where the bird is. It's probably about 15 feet away from you. It's about 10 feet away from Emrys, but also about 10 feet away from Helia. And also probably 10 feet from Tahani. You and Williker and Raspin are more like 15 feet away. Yeah, it's like its squawk is directed at Emrys. And I guess we're gonna roll initiatives, which is really weird, but that's what we're gonna have to do for this.
We're gonna roll initiative to a crow?
Raven.
A raven is not
A
a crow.
bird.
Yep. It's more to keep reactions and what's going on in a specific order, so that and people aren't trying to jarble together and doing things and whatnot. It's just easier this way. All right. So let's see here. Initiative wise, Rowan's at a 16. Rasmus's at 12. Emerson is at a 5. It's
I know.
at a 9.
Person who knows
And
what's
Willick
going on.
at a effective 0. Still asleep. Wow. Bird rolled really high. So the bird's actually going to act first, which is fitting. So the bird finishes screeching at Emerus and hops 10 more feet until it lands on Helia's leg, just kind of on her calf.
Who goes?
So let's see. So the first person that gets to react to this is going to be Rowan.
All right, I will. I will dive towards the bird. I will. First time I'm going to do this. So I'm going to roll out of bed, grab my star knife, and dive towards the bird, with the intent to try to make an attack to get it off of her, and then protect her,
Okay.
stand in between the two.
I will give you an attack roll against it. It's going to be at a negative.
Well, that's not encouraging.
Roll because you're currently laying down, right? So go from prone to standing is a move action, and then you have to pull out your star knife, and then then you don't have the movement to move and attack it. So if you want to, I'm gonna give you the chance to roll forward, pull out the star knife, and lunge at it, but you're gonna have a negative to the attack. Do you want it or not? Really, is the question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, queen.
All right. Well, I mean, you hit. You don't confirm the critical, but
No.
you still hit,
Yeah.
which is what you're looking for.
Uh-huh.
3 points of damage. Sure enough, actually, which is weird to say. We're gonna double check right now. Nope. 3 damage is exactly enough. So you swing, and you're just trying to get it off of her,
Yeah.
but you actually manage to clip through one of its wings with the star knife as you swing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
And
cow.
where the wing gets cut off, just bursts into this small flame, and the wing just disappears into flame.
Well, I
And
guess
the
you're
bird
not
shows-
flying anywhere now, are you?
And the rest of the bird, because of the force of the blow, gets knocked off of Helia, and then it also kind of just disappears into this flame, leaving this scorch mark on the ground.
Excellent. Are you all right?
She is shaking.
Clearly.
So there's no bird. It's just a scorch mark now.
Correct. There's no feathers, nothing.
What happened? Emerus, what happened?
Oh, you know. The usual.
No, I don't.
This is why I'm asking.
This is not usual.
How do
This
I
is
begin?
usual for you?
Please read us in.
How do I explain this?
I don't know.
All right. Let's. Okay.
So first of all, so while this is going on, we want to try to put blankets over top of, poor Helia and try to comfort her and keep her.
Pull her up to the fire.
It's okay. You're gonna be all right.
Oh, she's not gonna be comforted. She's marked by probably a demonic force. So
What?
Wait,
Wait,
huh?
This is usual?
yeah, I'm sensing it is. So
I'm going to look directly at Tahani. Ravens are fine. Isn't that what you said?
Most birds are harmless. They eat
I-
seeds.
I'm
They
going to
poop.
go out on a limb and
They
say
eat
that 100%
seeds.
of the I've ever
They
met
poop.
have been apparently signs of demonic marking.
Listen, Tahani, it is well known in the outer world that ravens are portents of bad tidings. That has always been known. That is true. That is what we will go with from here on out. Emrys, please. What the hell were you talking about?
So, you remember the raven that was following us?
I assume it was the same one.
It is the same one. He has a master. The master is some flame being. And for some reason, he knows who I am. I've met him before. Don't ask me how. I don't remember. And this poor girl has been marked for some sort of service for him. I tried to convince him that she's obviously not worth it. And he was, and I know I'm gender assuming, but he is adamant about this girl being his.
You know, the usual.
The usual. I don't know what kind of ventures you guys go on.
These third watch shenanigans have just got to stop. I mean, really. Wow.
You know how we were saying if it's not broke, don't fix it? I think we need to mix up our nighttime watching
So
routine.
you're saying that you would have reacted a little bit.
I would have been hopeful that the night would have been a little bit quieter.
Well, I mean, we can hope all we want, but...
I think we should go back to you killing whatever little creatures.
Next time, just murder the
Next time, just murder
I like
Hobo.
that better.
Yeah. Well,
As far as I know, she's still marked. She's still gonna be his. So
Do
Can
I
I-
know anything about that? Like
can
how
I
that works,
can I
or-
cast detect magic on this girl?
Sure.
oh, and she knew he was watching her.
Did she know anything else about him?
No, she said it's just intuitively she knew it was something bad that was watching her, and this was after I saw the raven, and she scurried over to me like some sort of like.
The detect magic doesn't. She does not look magical in any aspect. There's this weird. It doesn't even. Because you can normally determine if an aura is like low, medium, or high level,
Mhm.
right? There's like that spectrum. It's below the low spectrum. Like it's like there, but not really.
Like not completely mundane, but something that unless you were really looking for it, you might overlook.
Yeah. It's just not. You know, it looks like maybe something was casted on her a while ago or something, perhaps.
It may just be some
Kinda
sort
like
of
one of those,
residual.
right. That's.
There's definitely a trace of something on her, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's marked.
Do we know what we can do about that?
And what does marked exactly mean?
It's usually. I mean, I don't want to say this because I don't know if I actually know this. So I'm not gonna say.
Do you have knowledge of the planes?
No, I only have knowledge arcana.
So
And my
what I can tell you is that during my times on the road, I did hear of some people who said they were marked by something, marked by fate, marked by something. So I'm sure all it means is very much like a book and a bookmark. You always can find your place. I'm sure it has some similar lining up in this regard. Whoever it is that placed that mark upon this poor girl, they wanted to make sure they could find her.
Why do they want her?
I don't know. He wouldn't tell me.
I'm gonna turn around to Helia,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna sit down beside her, and I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna ask her, "Hey, Helia, can you tell me about your dreams?"
Like, what dreams?
Whatever you can remember.
Don't remember much. I just remember waking up, feeling it, watching.
Do you know what it is?
No. Bad.
Helia, do you remember being taken by the goblins?
Yes. I was on out on the edge of the orchard picking apples. The next thing I knew, they were around me. I didn't see them. I was busy working. Didn't notice them creeping up. And they had me surrounded, and there's so many of them. Some of them had torches, and I didn't want to get burned. They had sharp weapons. So I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. I couldn't run. I yelled, and two that were behind me jumped on me, and then they all jumped on me. The next, and they began tying me up, and then four of them dragged me away until eventually they tied me to this long piece of wood and being pulled by something, some beast that smelled really bad. Then they took me into the mountains, took me to the cave. And then I just remember being locked in behind the cage. Sometimes they would feed me, and sometimes they would water. And they would take me down to down the ladder. But it was always dark. See. Till they would lead me down. They would have me just stand there. Then I could see little points of red and yellow. And then I would hear the screams. They would stop eventually. I would cry and cower and make me stand there. And then they would take me back upstairs. Put me back on the bench.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
I just want to go. I just want to see my dad, my mom, my brothers. I just want to see my family.
I understand. Well, seems as though whatever's got their eye on you has influence that spreads out fairly far and wide. You don't remember anything else about the downstairs?
No, I just know that I only ever went down when they would do those things.
Did it
So,
did it sound like they were doing those things to people? Men, women, children?
Just men and I think, or children.
Hmm.
But then the last time they forced me to go down, then they put me in where you found me. Kept me back there. I could hear upstairs fighting. You guys showed up.
That was definitely us making our appearance fairly well publicized, fortunately. Healy, you're going to be alright. I know that it doesn't seem like that right now. And it may even yet still get harder. But you're going to be alright. Now that you're out of that hole, you're going to be alright. You survived this long. Don't forget that. You're going to need some of that fight in you. Likely for days and years to come. I'm sure you've well now learned the world is not a very nice place to be some days. And as you get older, it don't get much cheerier. Get some sleep. We all should get some sleep.
And if you ever feel like you're being watched,
Don't hesitate to let us know.
Amherst is good at throwing rocks at birds.
Willick's pretty good at throwing them rocks too, by the way. All right.
Looks sleeping.
Yep.
Through the whole thing.
Willick's been sleeping this entire time.
Willick's
Guys,
good
wake
at
up.
sawing logs.
Oh goodness.
So,
All right.
Once she's asleep, I do want to ask the group: is there any chance that whatever has marked her is the same individual who the Centaurs were looking for?
I mean, we have no idea. I'm not sure that she would recognize it.
The only thing that we've got running here is the fire and the flames. It's the only thing that runs common.
Maybe we could take her.
Sorry?
Maybe we can take Ilya to the Nomen,
Maybe.
or maybe we can ask Bandrin.
To send note their way, perhaps. I'm sure Windress might be really interested in finding out what's going on with all of that. In the meantime, we have a long day of travel ahead before we get out of these mountains.
Yep, we got plenty of time to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. All right. Back to bed.
Night night.
Let's wake Willick up and get him on watch.
yeah, you guys wake Willick up.
Why does it smell like chicken?
It's a long story.
Well, look, I'll tell you in the morning after breakfast. I
If you
promise.
see any birds,
Throw rocks
kill
at
them
them.
with rocks.
That's right.
Big rocks.
As big as you
Whatever
can
size
handle.
you
Got it.
Oh goodness. All right.
I will take up my watch.
Roll your perception check, sir.
Okay.
Well.
Luckily enough, the rest of the night uneventful.
Okay.
I didn't see no birds.
Good.
But if you did, you know what to do.
All right.
Guys, get up in the morning.
Yep.
A little tired still, as your rest was interrupted a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys still gain all your spells and stuff back. You're just a little tired as well.
Thankfully, we made short work of that one, didn't we?
Proud of yourself. Feeling a 3 hit point animal.
A
We
That
take the victories where we can get them.
was a great shot. All right.
Alright.
Rowan 1, bird 0.
You got that right.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna roll some dice and see if there's anything that happens on the next. Let's see. You guys did one night. 3. No. Alright. So you guys, the next day, you guys get to where you left the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Make camp there. Get up in the morning. Take the cart with you. Travel a day in the pass, and then the end of the next day, your guys are out of the mountains and into like the sort of foothill area that leads into the mountains. You know, you're about a day's journey from the Leviton orchards.
Now, there's really not. I mean, every time we've come here, we've kind of come back through the orchards.
Yeah.
So.
I'm pretty sure you could figure out a way around it if you really wanted to.
Yeah, we should do that.
See if she notices. Oh, she actually does not.
Excellent.
So, the end of of your first day of traveling across the hills and the grasslands and stuff, that's when the very end, when you guys are getting ready to go to camp, she realizes that you guys should probably to like where her house is, and that's where she's like, where's home?
Helia, we've got to take you back to the South Tower to make sure that everything's all good and healthy with you after being away for so long. Plus, with this new revelation of you being mocked, there's some good, powerful wizards there who might have a better idea of what's going on. Plus, it's the safest place in the world for you right now. So we're going to take you there, and then we're going to figure out what our options are from there, whether you go back home. That's very real possibility here.
We've got to check in with the people there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make me a diplomacy check. Okay. She just kind of nods. She's like, okay, you think that's best?
Yeah. It's definitely the safest thing for you, especially given this.
It's like maybe they can send word on.
I'm sure they'll. I'm sure they'll know where he is.
Choosing those words
I'm
carefully.
being real good. I'm being real good, okay? I'm
Yes.
like a cookie or something.
I am indeed choosing my words very carefully.
All right. So let's roll for a couple days of overland travel. Nope, you guys are fine.
All right.
All right, you guys make it back to the tower. As usual, Vandrin and actually Draxus are waiting for you guys. As you guys approach.
Vandrin, sir.
Once again.
That's right. Vandrin, sir, you need to give Draxus here a medal. Because his instincts were spot on the money. I know we were leaving, but we followed up on his tip with a pathway through the mountains that looked like it had been used. And look what we found.
Damn it. He pulls like his coin purse out, opens it up, counts them out, reaches over, slaps it into Draxus's hand that's kind of just sitting there open and waiting. It's like, I should know better. It's like, well, okay. Let's go. Let's get inside.
Can we get her fed, change of clothes, maybe a place to relax, and we can catch you up on what happened?
This girl needs a hot bath.
Okay. Yeah, we can get all that.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. Let's just get inside first.
Mm-hmm.
Been some more developments on this last week.
Oh, you don't say.
I'll help get her cleaned up if
Okay.
everyone can just fill me in on.
Okay.
what
Sure.
happened.
Okay. So yeah. So currently Bolton is on watch upstairs. So it's just Ellis, Vandrin, and Draxus with you guys. They kind of give you the. Vandrin actually gives you his room to go ahead and get her cleaned up in. Draxus brings up a giant tub of steaming water that you have no idea where exactly it came from. And then you're pretty sure that it probably has to do with Ellis somehow. Gives you a giant thing of steaming water, towels. They don't really have girl clothing, so they take some of Bolton's clothes because he's the smallest of them for her to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they give that all to you so you can get her clean, changed, and all like that. And she's pretty much okay with you being there with her.
Okay.
Okay, so back to the rest of you who are just kind of now sitting down and around the table. Vandrin is smart enough to know that he should break out a bottle of brandy. Or some for everybody. So, let's have you guys go first, I guess. What do I need to know?
Well, we traveled into the mountains and we found a cave through the pass. We were ambushed by a bunch of goblins. We followed them through into their hovel, their miniature warren, as it were, and found a couple handfuls of goblins, but many of them were actually shamans or casters, which was suspect a little bit. And when we got down to the last floor, we obviously noticed that there were some cages. There was a lot of people being held here for some reason or another. We got downstairs into the lower levels, and we happened to find a very large altar hewn from the stone, finely hewn, in fact. And it had this strange runic symbol on it, and it was very obvious that there were some divine rituals of some nature being performed there with these cold iron rods, and they were being heated.
Amber, show them the skull.
Yeah.
He's like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. And I'll proceed to draw out the runic symbol.
He hands it to Draxus, who looks at it closely. It's over. He smells it. It's like, this is just over a week. It's not. None of her other family were missing. Who was this? Basically what Draxus is implying, like, who was this?
No idea.
So, Helia said that during her month-long stay, they would bring her into that room, and she would hear screams, and then they would take her out.
They were heating up these cold iron spikes.
Old iron spikes?
Mm-hmm. Heating them up to glowing and then sticking them through to... I know, this is what I'm saying. Now, what was very interesting is that there was a lot of the...
those?
Of course.
So he takes them, immediately turns and just hands them to Ellis.
And in the meantime, I'll say, Ellis, you're going to need this too. And I'll draw out the runic symbol, which I have near faithfully recreated as such. And I will pass that over to Ellis as well.
Emerus, do you want to fill them in on your interaction with that raven?
Well, that's one thing at a time.
Well, it might be pertinent to that symbol.
Ellis is like,
fair enough.
Jog Ellis's memory.
Ellis is like, this is, I don't know what this is. He holds up the paper like, I don't know what this is. I know what these could be used for, but I don't think it's what they were being used for.
The poor victims were being sacrificed on top of this mark, which sit on top of the altar.
Like, that's not my area.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone whose area that is?
You guys would probably want to
Perhaps
talk.
your friend over at the North Tower?
No. Timur, no. Like, this is not, whatever they were doing with this was not arcadinated.
Yeah.
This is
It was divine ritual for sure.
Yeah.
I was just hoping to get him to be competitive.
If Alon was around, we could ask.
Yeah.
Not.
We,
I don't think he's going to be anytime soon.
Alice, there's one more thing you need to know.
Yeah.
That poor girl we brought in there, Helia, we fear she may be marked by something sinister.
Like, yeah, something drawn on her.
Not quite.
As in there is a residual energy, a residual magical energy on her, and we came across some sort of fire-eyed bird.
I'm kind of familiar.
Emrys had a pretty intense encounter with it. When I struck the bird, it erupted in a ball of fire.
That doesn't sound like a bird.
Correct.
What kind of bird?
Raven.
It's a raven.
You said you thought it was a familiar?
It's my guess.
That's what I thought it was.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but familiars can only go certain distances from their owners.
So what if it was some sort of minion from another plane that was taking the form of a raven?
That's possible. I mean, I don't know of anything that does that. Planes aren't my thing.
Sounds like we have some information to get back to Elan. He did, of course, ask us to go and check out this orchard. We're kind of tying up the loose ends here.
Yeah, I'm just not sure Alon's gonna be in any kind of contact. He starts like looking at Vandrin like he's not sure how much he's supposed to be paying.
What?
I guess why don't you fill us
Vandrin?
in with whatever you're going to fill us in on,
I suppose it's your turn now.
and then we'll figure out what to do with this girl.
Agreed.
Yeah, so while you guys were gone, the first time in 50 years, some things came across the mountains.
Notice you said things.
Yeah, well, last time there were hordes of barbarians, but not. I mean, you still think it's barbarians, but you know, it's a much more wide mix. Last time there was lots of barbarian tribes. This time, some humans, some orcs, and half orcs, and But also there was an Etten and a giant with them.
Yeah. Only thing worse than ravens is goblins. The only thing worse than goblins is giants.
Yeah. Came across. I mean, well, obviously we managed to spot them. So we went to go look for them, and they had already destroyed a farm that was close out there. Had headed back into the mountains. Of course, reported, and Alon took it a little personally somehow. I don't know. It's always been kind of a hothead. Went after them. So he's like, I'm sure somebody we could, if we sent a message back to Summerhome, I'm sure they could get a message sent to him. If once he's on the hunt, he's on the hunt.
Well, we had some.
It wasn't. He looks at you. He's like, that Goblin Warren. I mean, Phila's a fine warrior, but so is Draxus here. But Ellis is a good mage. Yeah, that was probably mostly Alonso.
So is Phila available to be reached then? Maybe.
Yeah, he should be at Shenko right now, actually.
All right.
Ellis can leave some messages there.
We should definitely let him know that we've at least found Helia and brought her home. I'm sure that'd be something that he'd like to hear.
Yeah, we'll have to contact him anyway to find out
what we're going to do with her. Which kind of comes down to our next one. She doesn't know that her family is dead.
Oh. Thanks.
She's been sort of in shock for the last couple days and almost starting to.
We thought you'd be good at giving that news.
Yep. Well, Holton's good for something.
Yeah, we suggested that she could probably stay here a day or two and get herself together as long as she needed before we figured out what to do next.
Well, Phil will know what to do. Honestly, he's probably going to have her sent either up to Shank or even maybe even further inland.
Well, there's definitely still some value to her name and her property being the only heir apparent.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, technically she could have it now if she wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are saying she's marked by something and it's following her or whatever.
Not so sure this girl should be alone right now, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, Phil is probably going to want to take a look at some capacity. Check that.
All right.
So,
well, great.
We'll get to that. Why don't Draxus, why don't you go relieve Bolton? Have Bolton come down, get him to make dinner. Get him to make dinner. We'll, feed the girl, and then we'll have Bolton break news to her.
Stop doing this job. Come down and make me food, bitch.
Also, now you have to tell the girl her family's dead and murdered.
Yeah. Buckle up, Private.
You guys get on the food chain where Bolton is.
The downhill roll. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
He's like, in the meantime, we'll have Ellis relay some messages. Ellis just kind of nods and then goes upstairs. So Tahani, you can make a perception roll.
Perception. Do-do.
You hear Ellis talking. You're not sure to who. You just know he's talking to somebody. It's just like, that band that you hired or put together brought the girl back. Said they found her down in the mountains, down a side pass. Well, we need to know what to do with her. They say that she's marked by something, so she's dangerous. Please advise.
He misunderstood. I meant she's in danger, not that she's dangerous.
I mean, the two are not mutually exclusive.
That's fair.
Yep. But that's what you overhear that. And then a couple of minutes later, and he walks back downstairs.
Can I catch him as he passes the door?
You can like open your door and like call him over.
Yeah.
Okay. You do that. He looks over. He's like, "Oh, hi."
Heads up, your message is a little off.
But
Can she hear me where I'm standing right now?
yeah. You could like go out and close the door behind you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
She's not dangerous. She's in danger.
You guys said something is following her, something bad, right?
Yes.
That means she's dangerous to those
She's a
around her.
She's a 15-year-old girl who is...
I mean, and we will try to protect her as best as we can, but she's still dangerous to those around her if something's actually after her.
Mm.
That's what we're gonna find out. So, can I go back to work now? You need more.
Ugh.
Punch him.
Wow, Ellis. Wow.
If others didn't need me more right now, we'd be having more words. And I just go in the door and shut it in his face.
Good talk. He walks downstairs.
Wow.
Alice comes downstairs. Benjamin looks up at him. Alice is like, okay. So, Philo obviously wants to have the girl looked at with the lawn out of the area, out of contact, kinda. Best bet is to send her inland.
Inland to where?
Inland.
Dawn's Rise by chance?
I know. Where are we
So
going?
he looks over and he's just like, yep. I mean, that's the closest major metropolitan area that's going to have somebody that's going to kind of know what's going on with her.
Well, well, well. Sounds like we have some choices to make.
Yeah, so, I mean, are you guys going to take her? Is that what you're implying?
We'll think about it.
I don't think we...
Phil was going to bring a detail down and take her in.
I think we should let him bring a detail down if he thinks that's cheaper.
I mean, I don't know.
We should let him. So very well. We'll talk about it. We'll think about how we want to do this, and then I kind of want to like hustle everyone up.
Yep.
Like, all right. So here's.
Give us a second.
Yeah, give us a second. So here's what I'm thinking.
Am I in this huddle? I'm not.
Nope, you're upstairs
Nope.
still.
Still
apparently.
upstairs.
Oh.
Fuming. You're like brushing her hair, but with these very
Like hate brushing. So here's what I'm thinking. We are all kind of heading our way down that way anyway. So the way I see it, we got a couple options. One, we could offer to take, poor Helia and take her across all the way to Dawn's Rise. The challenge is that we are also wanting to stop in Old Varnhold on the way through. And we have no idea what may or may not be there for us, lying in wait. The next one is... she may be in some sort of trouble. And that trouble may be kind of trying to look for her. And if this trouble is as big as I suspect it might be, we may not be enough to handle that anyway. So I'm wondering this. Why don't we say, hey, Phila, bring down your retinue and escort this poor girl all the way up to Dawn's Rise. In the meantime, we can leave, and we can then head on out to Old Varnhold, take our time, and eventually just happen to meet up with Phila and the crew on the road on the way down, and then that way we get some extra protection. Or extra muscle, as it were, on the way down.
Did we have any interest in seeing if the Nomen know anything about this? Here. That would be a reason to escort ourselves. But outside of that, I think you've got a reasonable plan.
I mean, the other option is we just let Phila know that we'd be happy to take her for a price, and we name it. And then it gives him an option as to whether or not he wants to pay it. That may make us look a little better.
I mean, we can always swap our order of operations. Dawn's Rise first, and then from there to Old Varnhold. If that's the direction that you guys want to go in. I don't know if I'll continue with you.
It's on the way.
But
It's on the way. I mean, how can you not explore this cityscape that we all visited in that dreamland? Isn't that exciting?
Well, it's very easy. There's an exciting city with... and leave them there.
Well, I think it's on the way, and it'd be a waste of travel for us not to stop, is all. Well, I guess we should ask Tahani what she thinks as well, but I guess what it comes down to is, are we going with her or are we going without her? If we want to go with her, we've got an opportunity. If we want to go without her, it's fine, but I think that there's pluses and minuses on both sides of this ledger.
Well, so pluses, we could visit the Nomen if we want, and we can name a fee. Minuses, going to Old Varnhold is complicated. Right? That's sort of what we're looking at?
Potentially complicated with somebody marked as she may be.
Or delayed.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, I'm all for keeping her then. But we should loop Tahani in and see collectively what we want to do.
What do you two say?
I would like to go to Old Varnhold.
Mm-hmm. I as well. So, do we...
And as far as taking her, escorting her,
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it for a price.
Of
But
course. We're not going to do it
That'd
for
be
free.
the nice thing to do.
All right, Willow.
It's also a nice thing to do. But I have ulterior motives. I'm gonna put that out there. But I'll do it for a price.
Would you like to expound on those ulterior motives?
Well, she's bait, obviously.
I was so on board with this until 5 seconds ago.
The usual.
Now
I
I'm
understand a lot of other
conflicted.
people have more.
Now I'm conflicted. God damn it. All right. Well, we'll see what Tahani says as well. We'll cover it back up with her and see
What
what's
about
up.
you, Willick? What do you think?
I think we should take her back.
Back where?
Or to Old Varnhold.
Bring her with
I was
us.
gonna say, back to that cave?
Just put it back in there.
No, we would like to return this. It's damaged.
I'm not that cool.
It's broken. All right. Well, do we have any way to try to... You know what I'm going to do? All right. Let me know when Tahani gets back. In the meantime...
Bolton is now down there, like, cooking
Yeah.
food.
Sure.
Stuff like that.
Paulson's gonna pull her aside. We can get to
Yeah.
having that.
In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the top of the tower.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cast light on an arrow. And then I'm going to shoot that sumbitch as high and far as I can in the general direction of the gnomon where I suspect they might be. Maybe that's what I'm going to do.
Can I say that as you pass by the door, you just hear me muttering, and men who think they can make decisions for other women? Just like angry.
Why won't this not come out?
Well, if I hear that, I'm going to stop and knock on the door. Tahani, everything all right in there?
Oh, just peachy.
We need to have a conversation when you're done, so hurry up, would you?
Oh, we'll be right down.
All right. And then I'll go up and I'll cast light and I'll shoot my arrow out.
Yeah. Cast light, you put on your arrow, then you knock it, and you go to shoot it, and you fire, and Drax just looks at you, he's like, what are you doing?
Ah, sending a message.
To who?
A ghost of a chance. And then I turn around and walk down.
Okay.
All right.
You turn around, you go down, you start walking downstairs. You hear words.
Yep.
Okay. You get downstairs, Tahani. Eventually, the smell of food wafts up the stairs as you're beginning to finish up with Helia.
Are you ready to get some food?
You say food, and like she looks at you and she smells. Her, like mouth is starting to water. Yeah, she's ready.
All right. Let's get you downstairs.
So goes downstairs. Pants and shirt are like belted at her waist so that they're not. Otherwise, they fall down. Or her shirt would billow out and stuff. So nice and belted tight. They're definitely a little too big for her still, but
I'm gonna say that
serviceable.
I braided her hair.
Braided her hair, which she definitely let you.
Yeah.
You braid it, she's like, oh, mom just did something.
I think we should let Emrys break the news to her.
I have been wanting to, and I've been really respectful of you guys.
So, yeah, you guys go down. You guys get to have some dinner. Bandred apparently told Bolton just to go ahead and use the good stuff. So, like, it is nice, like, ham, some potatoes. Like, there's a whole bunch of different types of roast vegetables. There's fresh bread, gravy, everything. Like, it's all there, and it tastes great.
Mm-hmm.
Paulton, you have outdone yourself.
Thank you, thank you. It's all for our guests.
We should bring more refugees back to the tower, huh, Vandrin?
Andron's like, when you find missing people, you should get rewarded somehow.
All right.
So you guys
We're-
eat.
Oh yes.
You guys gonna talk about anything over dinner?
We can. I will vividly recount the rousing experience that we had at the Noman tribe, because I know it is an experience that very few people actually get to have. So I will recount.
So Vandrin is interested in like hearing what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. I will vividly tell all of those stories about the horses and the training and the big fires and dinner and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Dinner eventually gets to where you guys are finishing up. Everything's being cleaned up and stuff. And Hold starts picking up the like dirty dishes and stuff like that. And Vandrin stops him. He's like, I'll tell you what, I'll take care of this. I have another job for you.
Oh God.
And the look on Polton's face is like, fuck.
Because he knows this is the worst job ever. Is cleaning up all the dishes afterwards. And if he doesn't want him to do that, he's willing to do it. He's got something really bad for him to do.
Yeah. Polton's like, why? So Vandrin pulls him aside, whispers something to him. Polton's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I can do it.
Okay.
I'll come.
All right. So hold on a minute. So I'll get up. I'll walk over to Polton and Vandrin.
Uh-huh.
And I'll just give us a moment.
What?
Just wait. I'm sitting over here. I see what's going on. Just wait another minute. Just
Okay.
wait.
Well, like, want to keep dragging this out?
No, not much longer. Just wait.
Okay.
Tahani, and I'll kind of just like let them keep doing the shit, whatever. And so I'll try to grab Tahani for a minute and just kind of fill her in and just say, so they got in touch with Phila, and Phila's suggesting that poor Helia does need to make it to Dawn's Rise. They're legitimately concerned about what's going on with this potential sinister mark that she's got.
Yeah, they consider her the sinister one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Oh, I overheard his quote-unquote message.
Oh. Interesting. Did you say anything to him about it?
Oh, I shared some words. I would have liked to shared some fists,
Oh
but
my-
you know,
Oh, wow. I'm really sorry.
I have a girl on the brink of whatever you want to call it.
That's what I'm concerned most about, too. You see, I just had a brief conversation with Polton, and they are prepared to let Polton tell this poor girl what's happened. Now, that poor child cooks a mean dinner, but I don't think he knows the first thing about helping out poor, stressed out young women. So, here's the thing. We were talking about it while you were down, and the question is, do we want to let Sergeant Phila bring down a small detachment of troops and escort her over to Dawn's Rise, or is this something that you think maybe we could do for her? And maybe we could be the ones to escort her. How do you feel either way?
I'm afraid if we leave it into their hands, she'll be a science experiment instead of get the help she needs.
Noted. Alright. So here's my next question for you then. What do you think we should do about telling her about it, folks? Do we just sit her down or rip off the Band-Aid? We really can't. We won't be able to get her out of here if we don't tell
I
her.
can tell her.
Turn around.
And Willick.
Turn around and
Oh my
Willick's
God, that would be amazing.
there.
I think maybe we let the guards share the information and we be there to support her.
Is that the way you want to do it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm concerned that we need this girl's trust if we're going to try to escort her that far. And if she doesn't trust us, then that won't be a good trip.
What won't she trust more? The fact we haven't told her? Or...
I just envision this situation going this way. They say her parents are dead, and she looks at us, and we.
All right.
I'm whispering really low, sort of like so no one's paying attention.
Rowan and Kahani. Everybody gets to make perception rolls.
Oh no.
All right. So, wow. Okay. Well, you guys are busy talking. Raspin notices Emerson stand up at the table and like walk over and stand kind of over Elia.
She's gonna do it.
You want me to do it?
You're the one that messaged me going, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Hey there.
She's like looking up at you like, hi?
Can I sit next to her?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna sit next to her.
yeah, because I'm assuming Tahani was sitting next to her, so her seat is now vacant.
Okay.
Do I notice any of this?
No,
Nope, you guys
we
are
don't
not
because
noticing
we're
it.
still.
You guys are
I'm-
talking.
We rolled too low.
Hey,
I'm pulling up the
heading over to
Band-Aid.
Hey, danger.
Yeah. So now you guys are gonna notice because Raspin's coming over, going, "Hey guys."
Hey,
But while that's going
Hey.
on,
Uh-huh. So we're gonna turn around just in time to see this happen.
Yep.
Is what's okay.
Yep.
So, I feel like I'm the only one that's really gonna tell you this straight, and I just want to let you know that everything will be fine. But something happened at your farm with your family, with the goblins, and unfortunately, they didn't survive. So.
okay. So roll a diplomacy check while you're doing this. Reasonable. Okay. So they're dead.
Yes,
All of them.
all of them.
Is Emma smiling during this?
No.
Okay.
On the inside, maybe.
She like takes a couple deep breaths. You can tell like her eyes are starting to water.
It sucks, like a lot. I've seen a lot of death, and I'm really sorry.
I knew.
I know you knew,
I didn't want to.
but someone needed to tell you.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna go to bed now.
Okay.
Gets up, walks past everybody through the super awkward quiet, goes upstairs. You guys hear the door to like Vander's room shut.
I'm gonna try to listen to see if I can hear her crying and sobbing.
Okay. You're gonna have to go probably upstairs.
I'll stand at the bottom of the stairs and try to like stick my head
I
up
mean,
and
she's
listen.
in Vander's room with the door closed.
Maybe she's crying that loud.
Yeah, I mean, no, you don't hear anything.
All right. Well, I'm gonna turn. I'm look at Emrys just, and I'll turn and I'll look at Vandrin and Polton. Well, Polton, I guess you better get to them dishes.
I'm like, damn it. Goes back, so he takes the dishes from Vandra and he goes back to cleaning up.
And I'll walk over to the brandy that's on the table. I will pull myself a healthy glass, and I will take that glass and I will go outside to the front of the tower, and I will sit on the top of a hill, drinking that, and staring out into the open field. That's where I'm going.
Okay. Emrys, what are you gonna do?
I'm
Just gonna
gonna
sit at the table and just
eat and drink.
okay.
All better.
Willick? Willick, what are you up to?
I'm just gonna continue eating.
Okay. Raspin and Tahani, you guys gonna do anything?
So it was Vandrin who sent the message,
Ellis.
No, it was Ellis. It was Ellis that
As
sent the message.
Ellis.
and Alice is up at the tower.
No, Ellis is in the room with you guys. He's like kind of just sitting at the table, super awkwardly. Draxus is currently the one on top of the tower.
I'm gonna look at Ellis, and I'm gonna give him a real long, hard stare, and then take the bottle of brandy from the table and just go upstairs and sit outside of the door in case she wakes up and tries to find anyone.
Okay. Got it. Vanderbilt sees you going upstairs to the bar. He's like, hey, that's my... Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Raspin.
I will give Vandrin a couple to cover the brandy that's been stolen, and then follow Rowan outside.
It's like, oh, you didn't need to do that, but thank you.
You're not getting that back. It's gone.
Okay. Thanks, I guess. He's like, you know what? He goes and you see him get into like one of the cupboards and pulls out another bottle. Grabs a glass and is like, I think going outside sounds pretty good right now. He will follow you and go outside with you and Rowan and just relax, drink some brandy. Like, so, you know, I don't come out of the tower too much. This is kind of nice.
If you sit in the right place, I've noticed the wind just kind of carries across the entire field just so you get smell of lands much farther away from here.
See him looking off in the distance. Is that like a torch or something?
Ah. That's
Other side of that hill?
yeah, that was me.
What was you?
Well, you see, I thought that perhaps we might try to send word or somehow get in contact with the Gnomon, so I thought I would go up to the top of the tower and shoot a lit arrow as far as I possibly could. Nice and high and arc-like. I figured they'd see it.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
How long does your spell light last?
That's a really good question. I don't think it's super long. Like, I'm pretty sure it would go out soon. But I just assume that they're looking at us all the time. Or looking up at the skies and such, you know. It lasts 10 minutes per level. So it's going to last a total... Yeah, it's going to last 20 minutes. So by now it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vandrin is, going, is that torchlight?
Oh! I'll stand up, look, and I guess
Stands
I'll.
up too.
Yeah.
And that's when you hear a loud bell clang sound coming from the top of the tower. Bong, 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 bong.
Vandrin, what does that mean?
Andrew's like, oh shit. And he drops his brandy and goes to bolt towards the tower.
Yes.
And that's where we'll end for the. And that's where we're
Oh! All right. Wow. So,
Done something profoundly.
To be continued.
you think I did something profoundly bad? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe this is just the barbarian horde that was sneaking around and coming in for the tower. Maybe.
Oh.
There's no way of knowing.
No way of knowing. Until you tune in next week!
Next
Nice.
time on.
Same bad time, same bad chance.
Kingmaker Legacies. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back next week, 8 o'clock Eastern time. So check us out. We'll see y'all then. Bye.
Bye.